Now, if you don't know what you're eating, and the corporations are spending $1 million a day to say, we'll feed you poison, but you won't know you're eating poison, it is a dictatorship. It's a food dictatorship. And a food dictatorship is very closely linked to a political dictatorship. And I don't support dictatorship, I just support democracy. Food is the most important issue at the ecological level. More damage is done to the world's planet's resources through industrial agriculture and globalized food system than any other activity. 75% soil degradation, 75% water destruction, 75% species disappearance, biodiversity disappearance, 40% climate crisis. So you have to promote small farms, ecological farms, in order to solve the big environmental problems of our times. Second, the most fundamental human right is the right to have food. Because if you don't have food, you don't have the right to life. 1 billion people are denied the right to food. Most of the food being produced in the world is not food anymore, it's a commodity. And I know that for years, Korean farmers and Korean consumers have resisted the forcing of hormone-laden, antibiotic-injected beef. People of Korea say, no, we'll have good beef. And the trade interests say, no, you will eat bad meat. I remember very clearly this whole idea of free trade. I organized in 92, 93 a global protest against GATT. 500,000 people from India with a lot of international farmers, including Korean farmers. It was in Cancun that the Korean farmer took his life, saying free trade is killing farmers. 270,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide. And Lee was trying to highlight what's happening to farmers. And then to consumers, are we doing better? No, we're being fed poison, pesticides. We are being fed the worst of food. And we've reached a time where farmers can't fight their battles alone, consumers can't fight their battles alone, the youth can't fight their battles alone. We've all to come together in defense of our rights and in defense of our free future. All problems have a seed, root. All solutions have a seed. The word seed is both the biological stuff that gives rise to life, but the word seed is also used as the metaphor for the foundation of anything. They're root causes for the problems we face. They're root causes for another way of thinking and being. So our Seed Freedom campaign is of course about the seeds, because the seeds are now being owned, patented, genetically modified, terminated, and in effect around the seeds, the big corporations are seeking to make huge profits and are seeking to create a new empire for themselves, total control over humanity and life on earth. But it's through the seed that we reclaim life and we reclaim freedom. And that is why I started Navdanya 25 years ago, and that is why this year we started the Global Citizens Campaign. We've saved seeds, we've grown the food, we've done organic farming, we've created fair trade, and people come and say, this tastes like what I used to have when I was a child. One of my books is called Earth Democracy, and it basically is inspired by the fact that on the earth everything is connected. The soil is connected to the plants are connected to our health, how we grow our food is connected to whether there'll be climate change or not. Climate change decides whether we'll have food or not. So everything is connected. And when I talk about Earth democracy, I'm referring to the democracy of all life, because the earth is one family. But I'm also talking about real democracy, rooted in life, rather than money, capital, control, power. If you look at the American elections, and probably the Korean elections, it's all about who has more money. But democracy was supposed to have been of the people, by the people, for the people. It is now becoming of the big corporations, by them, for them, to make more money by stealing the planet. So Earth democracy is what connects women's empowerment, removing hunger. All of this is interconnected in one fabric of life, of which one pillar is living economies. So far, economies are killing economies. Living democracy. Our democracies have become empty democracies where the politicians have no relationship to the people whom they're supposed to represent. And living cultures where we are part of the culture of life rather than the culture of death.
Right now, what can we do?
Start saving seeds.